You're here with the Mouse Vibes and we're at Universal Studios Hollywood for a theme park update. It's officially summertime. Kids are out of school, people are on vacation, which means the park is busy.
What are we gonna do?
So let's get in the park and show you the summertime crowds, all the construction going around the park, and a possible Jurassic Park bar coming to the lower lot.
Clever girl.
Welcome back to another Mouse Vibes video. We're gonna start our update on the upper lot in the Hollywood area. For whatever reason, a yellow taxi cab is parked in the Hollywood area. This guy doesn't belong over here.
What are you doing here?
This cab is usually parked on New York Street, but it looks like all of New York Street right now is a no parking zone and fully under construction. This is our first time seeing the walls up, and it looks like now majority of the work is going on in this corner. They've actually set up scaffolding that goes all the way to the roof. If I had to guess, I'd say that they're prepping this building for exterior maintenance, probably freshen this thing up and give this thing a new coat of paint. Here's a clip of it from last week. This building was in really rough shape. I wouldn't be surprised if all of New York Street is spruced up and repainted before the holiday season. They're probably taking this project in sections just so the entire New York Street isn't walled up. I highly doubt this has anything to do with Halloween Horror Nights for this year. Last year they didn't really decorate the building at all. Last year they used a ton of decorations to bring this area to life, but I am hearing a rumor potentially they could make this area another dining location, something for quick service, but selfishly I hope they make this area another bar. And don't shoot me for saying this, but I wouldn't be mad if Mulligans actually moved to this location.
What?
No way.
No way.
Yes way, Ted!
Don't get me wrong, we love Mulligans, and in some ways it's the best kept secret at Universal Studios Hollywood. But it feels like that entire back area is dedicated to Illuminations with The Secret Life of Pets and Despicable Me. So maybe moving the bar wouldn't be such a bad idea. Plus, I'm tired of Snowball judging me every time I leave.
Oh, what's up, Nick? We having a day! You came to hang out with Snowball and we gonna play, okay?
Last thing about this New York area, they did have Queen Poppy out meeting guests, trying to bring some type of entertainment to the upper lot. Unfortunately, she was kind of hidden and a lot of people missed her on their way in. I will say it did miss all the New York characters that helped bring this area to life.
Hey, you were there the whole time! I was there right here. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. I'm Nick. What's your name?
Nick?
Yeah.
Officer Bam.
Future
Officer.
Mr. Gabby.
Yeah.
Officer Bam.
Help save the day today, Nick. You realize that?
I didn't know that. I'm a hero.
Yeah, but you are a hero. We gotta put a badge on you.
Please.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears. The Animal Actors stage and Production Central have been completely removed. Now there's a huge white wall that runs the length of the upper lot. Here's a clip of what it looked like just a couple weeks before. I'm honestly surprised at the pace of this project. This area sat dormant for months with little to no visible work. It almost feels like they removed this entire Animal Actors stage and Production Central overnight. The only thing that remains is this Stage 57 sign that is just creepily there. Also that was removed was the bathrooms for that area. I feel like the next thing to go will be the special effects show. They were probably working on this again in sections, removing the Animal Actors stage and Production Central, and then focusing on the special effects stage. Oh yeah, they also moved the studio directory that was in front of Studio 57 over in front of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And with buildings being demolished and directory signs being moved, Universal Studios Hollywood still hasn't said what is going into this location or dropped any hints for that matter.
Nah, not a bit. Not even a little bit.
But this might be the worst kept secret of all time, because in the last year there's been an overwhelming amount of evidence pointing to a Fast and the Furious roller coaster. First there were permits that were leaked, then concept art, then Universal Studios Hollywood was testing sounds of roller coasters. And as I'm editing this video's breaking news, we've obtained the full layout for Universal Studios Hollywood upcoming multi-launch coaster, codenamed Project 409. Again, I want to emphasize none of this has been confirmed by Universal Studios Hollywood. But as my Uncle Mike would say,
It's called the Freedom of Information Act, kid. The hippies finally got something right. Just kidding. But not really.
But here's a clip to give you an idea of how this roller coaster will fit into this space. I'm gonna say it right now that this roller coaster is gonna have the most expensive view in roller coaster history. It literally looks down at the city of Burbank and overlooks a multi-million-dollar golf course. But comment down below, do you think we're getting a Fast and the Furious roller coaster to Universal Studios Hollywood? I mean, they are doing a ton of promotion still in the upper lot for the newest movie that came out a month ago.
You ready, kid?
Let's get spooky and talk a little bit about Halloween Horror Nights around the park. There's not much to see over here in the Parisian courtyard. This house isn't about the same shape it was the last couple weeks. The one new addition is this dead tree in the left-hand side. Moving on, let's talk about what's going on in the lower lot where the Last of Us house will be. Work on this house is visibly slower than what's going on in the upper lot, and it looks like they're adding paint to this area right here. Comment down below, do you think this is the first room for the Last of Us house?
Of course.
I have a feeling it is, and we should see more from the facade coming up soon. Also, we just did a massive Halloween Horror Night update video I'll link in the description, going over ticket details, pricing, and what to expect from The Last of Us. Let's get on the escalator and head down to the lower lot. That's where most of the foot traffic is going to be inside the park. It's no secret that the lower lot is small. Like really small.
What is this?
But there's a lot packed into this small area. It's home to 4 of the most popular attractions, 2 of the best character meet and greets in the brand new Super Nintendo world.
Guys, I've got some good news and some bad news.
The good news, I haven't needed a virtual queue on my last couple visits. The bad news, this place is so packed. If you're planning on visiting Super Nintendo World for the first time this summer, here are 3 pro tips to make your day run a little bit smoother. If you want to eat inside the land, you're gonna need a reservation. So to make a reservation, you use the QR code that you can find within the land, or you can use the link in the video description. Just note that reservations can only be made the morning you plan your visit, and that the reservation system does not open at a specific time, but I recommend that you open your reservation system about 10 minutes early before early park entry.
I don't know, man. That sounds like a lot of work.
That's because it is a lot of work, but honestly, it'll help save your day. Super Nintendo World is packed, and the main attraction in this land, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, averages about 140-minute wait time. If you don't want to wait in line and you can spend the extra $20, I highly recommend getting the Super Nintendo World Early Access ticket. It gets you into the land an hour before the park opens, and it also includes a one-time express access to the studio tram tour, valid before 11 a.m. You can also wait to the end of the day and hope that the line dies down. Just note that the ride closes an hour before the park closes. Oh, this is random. The kiosks they had set up outside of Transformers for Super Nintendo World have all but been abandoned. This is now a mandatory stroller parking zone, which doesn't really look great, but it is helpful to keep all the strollers out of Super Nintendo World and help clear up the lower lot. Also, Jurassic Park celebrated its 30-year anniversary 2 weeks ago with specialty merchandise and food. And over in the Jurassic World area, it looks like we're prepping up for more to the celebration. There seems to be some type of pop-up bar on the patio area that says celebrating the 30th anniversary. I'm not sure if this is for an after dark event or for regular park guests. I mean, check out this awesome bar. There's so many sweet details and icons on here, like Dr. Grant's hat and shirtless Jeff Goldblum. And if you look a little bit closer into the foliage, you can see that there's actually a raptor back here.
That's rad.
Comment down below what you think this setup is for. Is it for an after dark event, or should we expect to get some Jurassic waters up here soon? Over at the world famous studio tram tour, there's a good amount of construction going on as well. Recently, Soundstage 50, home to Earthquake the Big One, closed down for a year-long refurb, leading many people to wonder what the future looks like for the Earthquake. I'm hoping this lengthy refurb is to help bring this area back to code and not to change too much. This is one of the last remaining sound stages with physical props and set pieces. Most everything these days is digital, so this is really like a unicorn on the studio tram tour. And did you know that Soundstage 50 was built in 1988 with the purpose of housing the Earthquake attraction? And there's only been a handful of things actually filmed on the soundstage, including the promo video for Earthquake's The Big One, the TV movie The Great Los Angeles Earthquake, Beverly Hills Cop 3, an episode of Sequest with Jonathan Brandis,
Very cool.
in one episode of the hit show Bones. But I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Earthquake's The Big One? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Should it leave? Should they revamp it? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Alright, and that's gonna wrap up our theme park update here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We showed you the current construction updates within the park, how hectic the crowds are, and everything you should expect for Halloween Horror Nights. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us grow, and if not, thanks for stopping by.